Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. I have with me three of our grandchildren. They've been with us for the whole self-isolating business and all that jazz. Well, we've had a lot of fun together. I thought we'd better get their faces. You might have met them before. They are Athena and Dorian and Tristan. Say hi, kids.
Hi.
They're going to tootle off now and go upstairs. Okay, thanks, kids. I'm going to bring them in a little later into the story, that is. They won't be back. They've gone off the plane now. And so we have a little time together. I've been thinking a lot about this big idea of when Jesus sent the disciples out into the world. Can you believe that? He said something like this. He promised that they would receive power to do the job when the Holy Spirit came on them. And they would then go and tell people about him from one end of the earth to the other. That's a pretty big job, I think. So I got wondering, well, how did they do? And so let's have a look now at just how they did. Let's look at a few. Andrew might be my favorite. He ended up getting as far as Scotland. Nobody went on trips like that from Israel to Europe until the Great Story, the Great Commission. So Andrew went there, and as a result of his obeying and going into all the world with the gospel, my own father became a Christian in Scotland at the age of 12. He was my daddy, and that has a lot to do with me becoming a Christian later. So there you go. Andrew, good job. Way to listen. The other one is Thomas, comes to mind. Thomas didn't stay a doubter. He totally believed and he obeyed. He got as far as India. And I've known some wonderful, lovely Christians from India. They're really good disciples of Jesus Christ. They love him and they're vibrant. So good job, Thomas, having faith again. And of course, Peter, we couldn't forget Peter, the big fisherman. He went all over the place on missionary journeys, sometimes with Paul. And the disciple known as Peter also ended up far off in Rome, the city of Rome. That was the center of the universe in those days. He ended up actually dying there for his faith, as did Paul, the great apostle. We'll hear about more today with his great escape. Watch for that. So I was quite impressed, in fact, that these disciples got out far from Jerusalem and spread the gospel all over the world before they died and went to heaven. I have been privileged myself to do something like that in our own time. When I was a younger man, I had the opportunity to be discipled by a disciple maker who was listening to Jesus' words. And I went myself to Asia, to the Philippines, for 2 years for training and experience in telling people about Jesus and following them up so they could become disciples too. And I have some friends today from those years, over 40 years ago. So that's pretty wonderful. They're still leading their families in the Lord and involved in their churches and so on, telling others about Christ all over their workplace and so on. So that's pretty wonderful. I have to tell you something else. Those kids you just saw, their mother is a Filipino, and her parents came from the Philippines as well. So now the world is coming to us, right? I went to the Philippines, now the Philippines are coming here. And it's like that with all kinds of people all over the world in this Peterborough area and elsewhere. So I'm kind of thinking about and learning and practicing all the time how to be a better disciple and grow more like Jesus, so people, when they hear the gospel, the story of Jesus, they might listen, because I want to be kind and friendly and like Jesus himself, loving and good in my heart. The nations are here, Canada, and now I'm thinking, how will we reach this world for Jesus from right here where we live during a self-isolating time called the pandemic, when we're all in our homes and perhaps out in the neighborhood seeing neighbors and waving. And what can we do to further encourage and bring the good news of Jesus to our neighbors, whether they be from far off, other nations, or locals like ourselves? God bless you all as you go out. Don't forget to take good care of yourselves, stay in good health, eat lots of good food, get lots of sleep. Don't sneeze on anyone. Remember the elbow cough, chicken wing. And God bless you as you rejoice in Him. It's a big world, and He sent it to reach us. I know we can get the job done. God bless you. Bye-bye.